everyone. Hey, it's Jen with Stamp Silly, and today's Manic Monday, so that means we're going to create a card in, crossing our fingers, hopefully under 10 minutes. So let's jump right into today's card. I'm going to start with a piece of 4 by 5 1/4 inch Whisper White cardstock. And this card today, I was inspired by the sketch challenge, which I've posted below. I'm going to start with some Calypso Coral ink and a sponge dauber. Okay, now I'm just going to take this and we're going to create lines across our card. And if you go to my blog, you'll see the sketch posted down a little bit. So I'm just going to create some stripes on my cardstock, and you will see that it's a little more intense where I start. I'm okay with that because we're going to fix that here in a bit. But I do try and not make that quite so vivid there at the beginning and the end. And these lines don't need to be perfect. Okay, this is going to be the highlight of this card, is just the whimsical nature of it. Okay. Alright, I'm going to kind of try and blend those edges out just a little bit. And now I'm going to turn it. I'm going to leave a space for my sentiment here. I don't want it to be overpowered by the stripes. So, okay. I think that looks good. Let's see if I can feather that out of there a little bit better. Once that dries, those marks that are a little darker, like this one here, they won't be as noticeable, but that's alright. Now, I'm going to use this heart border stamp that comes in the Birthday Blooms stamp set. This is that Birthday Blooms set right here, and here's that heart border, and it comes with this great flower, which is one of my favorites this season. So I'm going to use that same Calypso Coral ink, and I'm just going to stamp over the top of those stripes we created. And this just adds a little bit of interest to those stripes. And you'll notice I accidentally ordered a wood mount stamp set. I haven't used wood mount in quite a while, but instead of sending it back when I received it back in January, December, whatever it was, I kept it. I thought, well, what the heck, we'll go old school. So, okay, now I have those done. I'm going to set this aside. And now we're going to create our sentiment. And our sentiment is going to be happy birthday. We're going to use the happy die from the Hello You. I don't remember the name of the die set. I'll post a link down below in the description. And we're going to, I want this to pop up. I want the sentiment part to pop up. So I'm going to use a little bit of fun foam. Now, I'll also link to my source for the fun foam in the YouTube description or over on my blog. I prefer the 2mm thickness fun foam. And I'm going to attach a piece of Pool Party cardstock to that fun foam before I die cut it. So here I've got some adhesive sheets. Stampin' Up! Used to carry these adhesive sheets, and they are wonderful. We don't carry them anymore, unfortunately, but I will also link to a source for them below, down in the description, because these are perfect. So all I'm going to do is pull off the release paper, and I'm going to put this on the fun foam, and I'm going to press that really good into the fun foam. I want all that sticky stuff to get on the foam. Okay, and then I'm just going to pull it back. And I doubt that you can see, but it's just little dots of adhesive all over. And now I'm just going to attach my scrap of Pool Party cardstock to this, and then we're going to die cut this like that. Okay, so grab my Big Shot. Okay, let me zoom out so you can see a little bit better. There we go. Okay, so for this I am going to use my precision base plate. So I have that. It's already attached to my magnetic platform. And I'm going to put the Fun Foam with the Pool Party cardstock onto that and my cutting plate, and we're going to run that through. That Fun Foam, by the way, cuts like a dream. I am not joking. It cuts so easily. Alright, so I'm just going to pop out all of those little all of the little negative pieces. Okay, we'll get those out of the way. See, so that's already now like a dimensional. I'm going to zoom back in so you can see a little bit better. Okay, so instead of trying to figure out how to put Stampin' Dimensionals on the back, it's already dimensional now. It might have smashed a little bit as you run it through the Big Shot, but as it sits, it's going to lift back up. Okay, so now I'm going to take my card base. This is a Bermuda Bay card base in the top folding position. And I'm going to go ahead and adhere my piece that we striped. So I'm just going to attach that like this. And then to attach the happy portion, I'm just going to use, actually I'm going to use the Tombow glue. I think it's a little stickier, and sometimes the Fun Foam can be a little bit picky with that. I actually could go back and add some more of the stick-it, or the adhesive sheet. I could add that to the back of this, and I probably should, but we'll just use it. We'll just use the Tombow glue for now. It'll work. So for that, I'm just going to tap on a couple of dots here and there. This, I know that this will hold this down really, really well because I've done it several times before. So, whereas I'm not quite sure if the adhesive sheets would stay stuck down. The Tombow, I know, is not going to release over time. I'm not afraid of it releasing the paper, the cardstock from the front, because we've run that through the Big Shot, and so then it is pressed in really, really well. But I know Tombow is my go-to glue. So I'm picking this up very carefully, and we're going to place this on our card right there. And I'm going to hold that down in place for just a second here, because I want to make sure that it stays adhered. Okay, I think that's good. You know, if you wanted to be sure that that stays stuck, you could place something heavy, like a clear block, over the top of it while you wait. But for now, we're going to keep moving on. And I have a scrap piece of black cardstock here that I'm going to use some embossing buddy on, and I'm going to stamp birthday onto this. I'm using Versamark ink for this. We're going to heat emboss this in white. So let me grab my white embossing powder. And let's heat that up really quickly. Okay, now I'm just going to trim that out, and so I'm just going to use my scissors and eyeball it, keeping as straight of a line as I can. And then I will flag this one end, so I'm going to trim it using my fine tip scissors. I'm going to just trim this into a little mini flagged N. Just like that. And then this is going to go over the top here. So I'm going to place a part of a Stampin' Dimensional behind this portion here. I want it to stay hidden. And then I'll place one behind there also. And it should act good enough. It should be good enough. Okay, so I'm just using the edges of my Stampin' Dimensionals. That's what I love about these, is there is absolutely no waste whatsoever. I'm going to cut it down just a little bit more. There, that'll fit perfectly in between those two P's. And we'll place this down like so. And the Stampin' Dimensionals end up being the exact same height as the fun foam on the back of your cardstock here, on the back of the Happy. So they even out themselves really, really well. Okay, lastly, let's finish this off. I have a whole stash here of coral colored buttons. This is just my private little stash. So I'm going to pick a little coral button. I think that'll be okay. I'm not going to get too picky. And we're going to tie some black baker's twine in there. It is a 4-hole button, but I'm going to cheat and just use 2 of the holes. I think by the time that you have a bow tied into these, you can't tell that you didn't go in all 4 holes, and it makes it quite a bit quicker. Okay. Let me get this tied up, and then we'll adhere the button down, and we are done with today's card. So I'll just kind of tighten this bow up, get it primped a little bit, trim the ends off. I'll put a little dot of Tombow glue here, and there we have it. There is today's card, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Alright everyone, thanks for watching. Catch me next time, and we'll see you later. Goodbye.